welcome back to Dear World from Katie. I want to update the world on what I've been doing this past week and last week, because I think it's been almost 2 weeks since I last filmed a Dear World. So I wanted to update you guys. This past week was a holiday in Cambodia, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna try. So it's called Punchumban, I think. I don't know, I'm really bad about pronunciations. But it's pretty much like their All Souls Day. So it's where they go and they go to the tombs of their elders and they leave food as a form of respect. And they spend time with their family. Our school is closed for the whole week. So they left Friday and we don't go back to school till 2 Tuesdays after that. So currently today it is Saturday, October 13th currently, and we don't go back to school till Tuesday. So we still have some break left. But for break, me and my site partner, or proper grammar, my site partner and I just went to Vietnam. So we had to go to Vietnam to get our visas because when we arrived, we had to get just a tourist visa and not a working visa. So when we arrived, we had to go to the border, which is 6 hours from here, to go to the border of Vietnam and Cambodia and then get the proper visas. So we just decided while we were there, since we had the holiday, we would just go to Vietnam and travel because we wouldn't get this experience again. So we went to Dalat first, and then we went to Ho Chi Minh City. I already have some videos posted on my channel, but I wanted to make this video kind of explaining some of the things that I did because my mom watched the video and she told me that it was a lot of footage and not me explaining exactly what was going on in each clip. So I'm going to use this video to explain those things. First got on the bus to go to Vietnam. It was 6 hours and it was a long trip. We got stuck in traffic because of the holiday, but it was a really good experience. And then we were supposed to have time in Ho Chi Minh City where our sleeper bus was going to leave from. But since we got stuck in traffic for so long, we had to go get right onto the bus and then go right to Dalat. So we took the Dalat sleeper bus, which was another 6 hours, and then we arrived at Dalat at like 5 in the morning, and that was really hard. But luckily we had a hostel ready, so we went to our hostel, we slept till 8, and then we explored Dalat for the first day. We didn't really do much because we were really tired, but we walked around the huge lake of Dalat, and then we went to the night market, but during the day, so it wasn't as crazy as everyone would usually see in the night market. Then the next day we took a motor tour. So I just posted that video on my channel, and that's what my mom was kind of saying she wanted more explanation about. So the next day we got a motor tour with guides from our hotel. Our hostel had a company that was based there, and we took a motor tour. So we did a lot of things during that motor tour. We went to 2 waterfalls. We went to a weasel coffee farm, which I didn't explain in the clips of the weasel coffee farm, but in that, the weasels are there because they grow the coffee beans outside and then they bring the coffee beans inside for the weasels. The weasels eat it and then they poop it out, and then they use the mixturized of coffee and weasel poop, which I know is really gross and sounds really strange, but it's really popular here. They use that and then they put it in the coffee machines that actually burn all of the bad things out of it and make amazing coffee that has way better flavor, they think, than most normal coffees. So that was the weasel farm, which I kind of wanted to explain because I couldn't in just pictures, and so I'm explaining now. Then we went to a pagoda, which was it's the most famous pagoda in Dalat, Vietnam, and that was really cool. It was a very cool experience to learn about the Buddha culture, Buddhism, because I had no idea. The whole time we were on a motorbike. The motorbikes freaked me out in the beginning. I was terrified. I saw them around Dalat and I was like, no way, I don't want to do that. I think it freaks me out not having control of the bike and having someone else drive it. But once we got on the scooters, they were so stable. I was just I was relaxed. At first I was squeezing my tour guide, and then at the end of it I was just I was going like this. I was just having fun, whatever. So it's very stable. It's really fun to do. So I would recommend it if you're going to Dalat or any Vietnamese or even Cambodia has scooters. Rent a scooter, drive them. They're fun. They're not as scary as you think. Then we went to Elephant Falls, which was kind of hard to explain again too in the video, but there was 3 different tiers. So the first tier was the lookout where you can look down upon the water. and then you had to hike down, which I did not expect, but it was a good workout. It was a very hard workout, but it was really fun at the same time too. So then you hike down a little bit more, and then you're in the middle tier where you're kind of in between the waterfall, so you can look up and see water, and then you can look down and see water. And then you do like a very big hike all the way down to the bottom where the water is hitting the bottom rocks, and you can stand there and take photos. So there's 3 tiers that we went to all 3 tiers, which was amazing. The water was beautiful. My mom did say something about how it was like looked kind of dirty, and that is because all the rocks are clay. Like when I was falling and trying to grab onto something, the rocks were slippery because there's mud and clay, and that's why the water is streaming over and turning into that color, because that's just what the rocks are made of, and so it just forms through that. So that's why it wasn't as clear. And then the second waterfall was a lot clearer. People in that town, since we went to a small village outside of Dalat for that, people use that to shower because showers aren't as common here, and they're more expensive, and water's more expensive, and that water is so pure and so clean that people use it to shower. So there's different tiers of that too, where you have like some privacy of the tiers, and so the townspeople can use a certain tier to shower if they need. What else did we do? Then we went to a small village and got to meet some people, and we got to learn about their culture and how none of them spoke Vietnamese, but they made their own neighborhood in town and then made their own language, which was awesome. And they had some shops, and they said that their main thing is to have big families so that families can take care of family, which was awesome. And they had this little shop where they did fabrics and like stitching and stuff, and so I bought a bag, and so this is the bag that I bought. It has some, so this is hand stitched, so we got to all like inserted clips, but we got to see the machine of them hand making like a tablecloth kind of thing. So this is, they would use that and then form it onto a bag. I don't know, but I bought a bag because I needed it for teachings. After that, we went to the mushroom farm, which we learned a lot about how mushrooms are used in a lot of different things there, and they're a staple item in Vietnam. So we got to see how the mushrooms are formed and how they're grown and how they're sold and all that. And so that was really cool. And I think that was it for the motor tour. And then we went to like a restaurant. Oh, we went to a silk farm. That was another thing that was really kind of hard to explain in the video, was the silk farm. We got to see each stage of how the silk is made and formed. So we saw how there's moths, and they mate and they lay eggs, and then the eggs grow those like white silkworms that you saw in the video if you watched the motorbike tour. They have those like that bug or whatever, and then that bug goes into not hibernation. He forms his cocoon and goes into, I don't, my science teacher would be so mad, I forget the stage, but he makes his own little cocoon. And then once he's in that cocoon, that's when the silk forms around it, and then that's when the people take the silk balls and put it into the hot water and they pull the silk off. So in the video you could see that I was eating something, so I ate the bug, or I guess the caterpillar or whatever. I ate the little bug thingy that was in the cocoon when it was put into hot water. So it was dead, and it was cooked after with lemongrass seasoning and everything, but yes, so I ate a caterpillar. It was gross. It's still like after the fact, I was like, I knew it was in my stomach and it was just grossing me out, but I just had to try it because, you know, why not? When am I ever gonna be in Vietnam again? And then also the wine, the rice wine, it's not wine, it tastes like vodka, as you could probably see in my video, my face. It was very strong, so it pretty much tastes like vodka, and they said a lot of people do that because it's cheaper than beer and you don't get a beer belly. So those are 2 reasons why they drink it, and I guess it's good reasoning, but it was just super strong. But it was just fun to try it and taste it and see. Okay, and then the third day in Dalat, we have, so me and my site partner were Salesian lay missioners, as you can probably see in like the banner of my videos and things like that. So we are missionaries here teaching English, and we have a friend who is teaching English in Dalat at a seminary for seminarians. So the third day, we spent all day with him. We went to the seminary and got to meet the people, had night prayer with them and dinner with them, and we prayed the rosary with them. And then we went out for coffee, and then that night we had our night bus again that was gonna go back to Ho Chi Minh City. So we just spent the night with him and got to just catch up and learn more about what he's doing and what he's teaching. So that was really good, a good time to have. And then, so that night we went back to our hotel. We got on the night bus, which was another 6 hours, and then we went to Ho Chi Minh City. Okay, so that is my second Dear World. I kind of just wanted to update you guys on what I'm doing. That is my Dear World part 2. Look out for more Dear Worlds. If you want any specific clarifications on some of the videos and where I went and what I was doing, let me know. Leave a comment down below and I can clarify in the videos. If you need a certain location or anything, let me know. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.